Well, it says we're live. I hope we're live. Hello. Hello, everyone. Yeah, waving things around. Hello. Welcome, anyone who's already here. Thank you for joining me this evening. I don't know how this is going to go, but I have a big pile of plastic that I had as a thumbnail. It's essentially right down here at my feet, and there's loads of it left to do. As well as some decisions to make, like, do I put this head on the Carnifex and make it into a hive tyrant instead, and maybe with some of the non-emissary big hand things. I don't know, that'd be quite scary because he's cutting up a Carnifex, and they only have, well, one spare at the moment. So we might make that decision when we come to it, but for now, we've got plenty of other tyrannies to make, as well as finding those bits that I need, which are that. Thank you. Those are the bits that I need for the conversion. The sprues with that. More importantly, we have a sprue with I think it's 11 Neurogons, and then 5 Barbgons, and then this is a sprue with the Carnifex and the Neuro Tyrant. So this is them to do. Along with that, yeah, more goblins. Now these ones don't. These ones are little ones like that. These fellas was no. These ones are the squig riders. I've never had squig riders ever. I mean, I've had goblins before. Well, not many, but I've had a few goblins. Most of them were just single mold, stick it into the base. It's done. Shield and spit. Those were the first multi-part ones I've ever had. But these ones are, these ones are squigs. So there's 2 sprues worth of that as well. And the squigs look like they're not standard. So I don't know how they're going to work. So the only ones I've got instructions for are the squigs as well. So I'm going to start with those. Although they all seem to have to be glued. Let's start with the push fit. Because push fit goes a lot quicker, and I've got more push fit than I have. That's only 5 models. If I start with the Tyranids, I can clear off a lot more than just 5 models. And then I can get to the point where I think, do with this Carnifex, because that's the base, and it's the same base for the Hive Tyrant. I've just got to find, right, where's number 1? Because that's going to be really important. Because I don't actually have instructions for these, but I have built them before. And I built all them ones without instructions. So it's not impossible. That's 6, 7. That's 3, 2, 1. There we go. 1, 2, 3. That looks like we're missing a leg or 2. Where's 4? 4, and is 5 a new torso? I can't even find 5. Yeah, 5's a new torso. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts each. 4 parts each for a Barbgon. And that should clear off this half of the sprue. Now, by the looks of it, I've had a snap tail. I don't know where that's gone. I don't know what's happened with that. I might have to find something that I can glue onto the end of that, and that's a bit of a disaster. This is why I wanted to stop them being down there, because I have down there's full. I can't put anything else down there at the minute. What have I got that I can fix that tail with? There's got to be something I've got to have something that I can fix that tail with. just anything small and tailing. What do the tails look like normally? They're normally just curvy like that. So I don't want anything too I don't need anything too ostentatious. But I do need something that's gonna. So yeah, my idea of going for push fit first did not work. It failed miserably. Because the first thing I've got to do is glue something on to make his tail work. Oh dear. Best laid plans in a mice many. Always get screwed up as soon as you get plastic involved. And that looked like quite a flush cut. So hopefully, if I can make quite a flush cut on this, he can get a bit of an extended tail. And hopefully that will work. Good evening, Buzzard. Good evening. Thank you for coming in and joining me while you. I don't know, but I'm guessing you're going to be blowing people's heads off on Battlefront as well, or Battlefield. While listening to me Twitter on about how I'm an idiot and I've managed to have a broken model as the first model that I started with. Isn't that wonderful? This is not the professional way to clean out your paint. Yeah, glue, by the way. That's a very idiotic way. Now, if it was super glue, how I end up gluing my teeth to my tongue and all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff like that. No, I've not. Is there anything coming out of there? Anything at all? No, I'm going to have to bore into you with something, aren't I? I don't like doing this. Oh, well. If I ever cleared the hole, that'll sort the problem out, but apparently not. I'm going to have to push through a little bit further. There we go. That looks like I was getting something out of it. Yeah. Whoa, yep, definitely. That's like way too much glue for that small little bit. You know, if I do have to pop away for a little moment, I do apologize. They're not on just yet. Oh well, I'm sure they'll be on soon. Now this is where I wish my sprue glue would have worked. I'll have to have another go at making some of that, I think, before I finish off these Tyranids. Which, in and of itself, is even more of an incentive. Because the more sprues I have, the more sprue glue I can make. Mick T, good evening, man. Good evening. A long time not spoke to you. And definitely need to. How are you doing? I hope you can actually hear us. Or is everyone chattering in the background? Fingers crossed that's not going to fall apart while I make this. But knowing that I can skip 1, 2, 3, and 4, if I go straight to 5, hopefully I can come back and do 2, 3, and 4 with that, and it'll work. So 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm not trying to do a really crap rendition of a really crap song before anyone makes that joke. And yes, you can do a crap rendition of a crap song. Ah, nice, very nice. So you can hear me. Which means there's no practice tonight. Slacking off. Why is there no practice tonight? Oh, yeah, keep what I'm actually doing on the screen. Kirsty's not. Where's Kirsty when you need her? Kirsty? See it one more time, Kirsty, and see if it works like Beetlejuice. So that should be. Get in there. That should be the main problem with push fit is that they never push fit. Well, they do. You've just got to get them actually lined up right. Because it's a very, very snug fit. And if you don't, even with a little bit of, even if you're off just a little bit on the wobble on it, it doesn't go right. Kind of have to force it in afterwards. Dirty minded people forcing it. What was that again? That was 6. So I want to not drop metal things on the floor and then move my feet out for a start, is what I want to do. And I need number 7 and then 8. So handy, there's 8 right next to it. Look at the overflow like nice and easy. Now, I don't know how many people are going to scream and shout. You're clipping too close to them. You're going to end with knobbles and divots and also, yeah, I know. Shush. I'm aware of that. That's why I'm going back in and cleaning some of it up. This is just a very quick put together for anyone who is proficient in putting these things together. It's just a quick one, don't worry. Good evening, Alison. I hope you're well. Nice to join for you to join us. I'm here. I'm here is the answer. And Stephen, cheers, man. How you doing? I hope you're all well in chat. Actually, yeah. Where's 8 gone? Oh, there it is. I only just found this thing and lost it already. Well, I lost it years ago, but that's the topic for a different type of stream. Come on, number 8. So it's turned out I'm building barb gaunts first. And then I'm going to guess it's going to be neuro gaunts because they're the other things on the sprues. Kind of forces it to be them next. And then, seeing as I've got the glue open, I'll probably move on to the goblins if I'm still building. If I'm not, then I'll stop because I'm not building anymore. That's the whole point of tonight's stream is to be building and clearing away big piles of plastic so they're not sat under my desk. And I can actually sit under my desk and not sit sideways like this, which is stopping me because I went out and bought too much plastic. That's the problem when you get cheap magazines and you find someone giving a cheap offer away on Tyranids that you need. Because this is the Tyranid box set that I originally, well, the Tyranid half of the box set that I originally started with. That eventually turned me around to go, right, you want to know something? I'm just going to build a Tyranid army. And it's going to be 2 of these and 2 of these and just go. So I got a nice bargain on a lot of the other half of the army. So I couldn't pass that up. And they keep releasing magazines with just nice little models. That's how I've ended up with the goblins, because they're just nice little models. Good evening, sir. How are you doing, man? How you doing? Being up for 19 hours straight for stuff like, yeah, well, that's time for sleep then, usually. Going off what Hayde says, I'm quite good for ASMR, so maybe that'll work. Maybe he'll be sat here 1 second awake, listening, thinking, "Ah, this is boring as crap," and the next thing you know, you're snoring away in the land of Nod. So, well, that's the first Bab got done. Does his tail feel like it's going to stand up to any kind of no? His tail is not going to stand up to any kind of anything. So I'm not coming back to him. So it was 8. So what? 9. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Where the fucking Nora's 9? Ah, over this side. Who's hiding? Quartermaster, aren't they? Essentially, is charge of stock levels and inventory and things. I think that's what. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I hope she shows signs of getting on the mend rather than. Yeah, I hope she gets better. Or at the very least, no worse. But by the sounds of it, you still need to get some sleep. That's 19 hours awake. You're not going to be useful. Not going to be no use to nobody if you've not had any sleep. So 9, 10. I know this because I was no use the other day when I didn't sleep. Had to go sleep. I was still no use to anyone, but I would have been if they needed use of me. And so that means 11's going to be next, which is over here. And then 12, which should be a leg. See, why is 11 there and 12 there? It's just. Right, it's the only one. Fair enough. Well, you've got the captain. You've usually got the first mate, quartermaster, and then you'll have basic bosun's one. I can't remember what that one is. I think the bosun's just below the first mate, but I'm not sure. I may be completely wrong on that. If you're watching this back in the future and you know in the comments, say it. Because, well, I don't mind learning new things. Oh yeah, and 12 was over there, weren't there? So yeah, as far as I know, the quartermaster is basically in charge of the holdings on the ship. So if you want extra food, you've got to convince the captain. But not only that, you've then got to convince the quartermaster, who may just tell you to go off anyway and go tell the captain that he's just told you off because you've not got enough and you can't have any tough shit. I think that's right anyway. Right, now for precision sliding. Yeah, like I'm going to do any kind of precision anything. It's like asking a cat to look after your canary. Ain't going to happen. Pop his leg in. Roughly at the same angle as his other legs. Pop his double arm with his shoulder mounted cannon on it. Always good. Always good to have. Ah, don't go mentioning sandwiches, man. Don't go mentioning sandwiches. I may be hungry. But good night. Have a good night. Get some sleep. and I hope everything gets on the brighter and better side, shall we say. See, not knowing full things is not being any of my business. I'm not going to go in and say much more than that because I'll put my foot in it otherwise. Whereas at the moment, that's what I put his feet in one of these. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put his 2 feet into those 2 holes, hopefully. Or they're going to end up snapping off because I'm applying too much force and I've not got it lined up right. No, it seems to be going well. It seems to be going well. Something to leave a press it in. Leave it in. Leave it in. Look. Get it. Get in there. Get in. Oh, you are in. Okay. There we go. Bloody no, they are a snug fit. They are a snug fit. Watch just gone crunch room. That would be goblins on squigs. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The good thing is the less parts you have, the easier it is to find them. I'm dreading doing that half because there's 11 models on that half alone. And one goes on a different size base than the rest of them. Good planning there, Games Workshop. Good planning there. So I may have to pin that tail, and I'm not looking forward to trying that one. Tonight, sadly, Stephen, there is no painting, which is, I know these channels called lazy mini painting, and you don't get much lazier at painting than not doing it at all. But this is to clear off my backlog of stuff that I do have to paint. I will be painting in the future. And hopefully now I've got these Tyranids, I may actually be able to do a very one-sided battle report, but hopefully a quicker battle report, because it'll be me playing me. So hopefully it'll go really quickly. And if I do try doing that, I'll try doing it as an edited video rather than doing that as a live stream, because having spoken to people and not necessarily through the comment sections, but yeah, common understanding is unless you're into it and you understand it, sitting through an actual battle, an actual game of Warhammer 40,000 is a slog. Look, it's a slug for us playing it. So if it's a slug for us playing it, how much is it going to be for those people who haven't got a clue what's going on? Right, well, there's one. His other one's going to be on his bloody leg, isn't it? His other leg. Right, what number was that? That was 13, 14. 15 is going to be his arm, yeah. And the other little stubby thing to go into the thing is on that leg. Of course it is. Can't be on the same side to make it nice and simple, so you've got a single piece that you can push in. Nope. They've got it on 2 separate pieces so that when you push it in, if you don't push it in even, you snap the damn thing. I suppose it gets you used to being careful with the model. 5K, walking 5K. No chance I'm doing walking 5K. How'd you do that? Oh, actually, what is 5K? How far is 5K? I may have already walked 5K before in my life. I don't know.
Just about 3 miles.
Yeah, I've walked more than 5K in my life. In fact, I was proposing to walk more than that with you and the kids the other night. Walk from my house to the closest lake by following the Greater Manchester Canal system. We can do it in what? From here to the lake, if we set off at 8, we should be able to get there for about 2 in the afternoon. Have something to eat, have something to drink, have a sit down essentially. Get to 3, then walk back. Because the damn sight a lot more reliable than the bus system in that bit. That should be more than, yeah, that should cover the distance. Put it that way, rather than saying that's that far, it'll cover that distance. But with even with the kids, it shouldn't take longer than 6 hours. Right, I've just put him in there, but what have I not put on him? What have I not put on him? What have I not put on him? I've not put his shoulder blaster cannon on him. That's gonna be 50. Because we've got a 16, 14, 15. Have we used up a right, 16 must have been, yeah, because I've used up 16, which is there. So it must be 15, which is the arm that I forgot to put on. Good evening, Dorito. I've not posted. I just you popping in actually just reminded me that I've not done something, which I should have done. I'm gonna be so. This is gonna be awful. I'm gonna have to hear myself. Might be quick about it. Right, hopefully that'll get shifted up, and then I don't have to listen to myself anymore. And then I can pin that up there, and it can disappear, and I can close that. I think. What did I do? I forgot to put the link, and you popping in has just reminded me to. Good evening, Basic. I thought you was live tonight, man. I thought you was doing your first. Or at least one of your lives tonight. Wood burning, I believe. It's a little bit noisier than yeah. So I have put the link up because you reminded me, Dorito. I'm not saying you have to click. I'm just saying you being in there. Why is my phone being a pain? Why is my phone being a pain? I don't know. Oh. I'm going to have to go back and read some of this chat in a second because some of it is not making sense to me. Most of it never. Sense is not something I always expect from life, but when you feel there's at least the conversations happening, you think I can hang about was go back and read a little bit. So I pasted that. Part of the picture. You're picking up the lad from school. Yeah. See, your time scaling is a lot further out than us, than I'm used to, because you're so far over. Right, number 3. Yeah, going live on Facebook and going live on YouTube are different matters entirely. See, I purposely don't have my Facebook linked to my YouTube. So I've never actually been live on Facebook. It might be an even more daunting task. Trying to communicate silently. It does work sometimes. You're proud of your son, man. It's like my son. For some reason, I've got no idea why. He's in one of the. He's only in like the really early on in school, and pretty much every kid in the school knows him. I can't walk through the town centre without kids stopping and shouting, and letting on to his. It's like, jeez. See, I purposely keep it off Facebook, because I go by the name Lazarus on here, and Laz is a pseudonym, and obviously, if you believe that is my real name, then I'm really sorry for you. But it kind of keeps some kind of separation from my family, from me on here to them. This is because this is my choice. This is not their choice. So it keeps some anonymity for them. Which is why I prefer doing it on YouTube. Facebook is a lot more hassles setting it up to do the live that I would like to do it, because I'd still have to, I think, link my personal one up to it, and I don't wish to do that. Whereas with this, I can just do it the Instagram way, which works for me. I just need to start taking a lot more photos for Instagram. Actually, no, I'm the only painter in my family. If we was to go off talents and things like that, my family's quite mismatched. We have a planetary scientist. We have a cinematographer. We have a graphic designer, as well as partial musician and editor. And we have a young one that's yet to figure out his full talent. So we're not entirely a painting family, we do certainly have pushed more towards the artistic flair, but there's definitely a science math base in there as well, which is very, very handy. It depends what it is. Depends how far you take it, basically. It depends how far you take it. Everyone doesn't mind a nice bonfire. I mean, come on. We found out what we can burn down Parliament. No, but you can set fire to it. Pretend you did. I'll do, and we do it every year now. So we like a good fire, but it's when you start taking it a little bit too far. That's when we have to start getting worried about you. Is why does my cat smell like petrol, and why are you chasing it with a box of matches? They're not so much blueprints. I didn't ask him for so much direct blueprints. I asked him for a quick sketch of what the layout would be. I'm going to have a look at my materials that I've got available for building a building, or at least something like that. And I'm going to see how feasible it is for me to actually do. If it's feasible, I'm going to give it a go. But for at the moment, shh, that is a Discord only thing. And if you want to find out more about that, please go join the Discord. Yeah, I'm not talking about that yet. That's the secret work in progress. I may have mentioned it already, but at the moment, it's yeah. So a Discord only thing. I've closed Discord on my PC at the minute because it beeps and bops a lot in the background, and I don't like it. It's ridiculous distracting, especially when it's stuff that I don't need to be concerned about. It's going dee. Yes, you depending on the quality of your 3D printer, you could print to this quality. No worries, Stuart. You have a good day, man. I'll catch you in a bit if I'm still up. If not, send us a message if you want. Yeah, if you can dial in your settings right on your 3D printer, you can print this, and you have the right printer, of course. You can print this quality of model quite easily. I mean, I had a model printed off of quite an old printer, and oh, come on, go in. You're like one piece. You're like the one that should go in easily enough, but you're not. You're just being a pain. I'll grab it out in a second. I'm just trying to get this on the bloody base. I see. I don't have a 3D printer, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what that one's like. I have enough knowledge of 3D printers to know. Right, okay. Is it a 4K printer? Is it a 2K printer? Is it an 8K printer? Right. Then you're looking at the right kind of settings. Is it an FDM? Is it a resin? If it's an FDM, you're going to struggle to get this level of detail solely because of the medium that you're using. You are going to get layer lines because it's an FDM printer, and it's going to be much more difficult. No, I don't believe he does, Ali. Actually, I'm not sure what Base is doing with the 3D printer entirely. I mean, it's a 3D printing in and of itself is a whole separate hobby. When I've been speaking to or talking to people who use 3D printers regularly, people in this hobby call this stuff plastic crack as a joke and a common saying. In the 3D printing world, 3D printer go brrr is a common saying because apparently once you get one, you never stop 3D printing. You always find new stuff to print and ways to find new stuff to print and stuff to print that you can now make your printers better with because you printed it. So now you've got to reprint all those things that you've printed that weren't as good and you weren't happy with because you've now printed off this extra part that makes it better. And it becomes a whole endless cycle of just printing. And then you get people like me who want to do both. I can't do 3D printing. The missus won't let me. I'd lose my kidneys and my liver before I got a 3D printer allowed in this house. And I'm getting very stern nods of approval from the setting. Yeah, bases. Yeah, it's like your friendly nutter. Base is like that guy that you're really glad you know. You're really, really glad you know. because you don't want to not know him. Because he's the nutter with the laser and the Bernie stuff. And yeah. Whereas I'm the crazy person with the very sharp scalpels. Yes. So we said was friendly nutter, but that's the thing with all nutters. I speak from experience being a fellow nutter, that you don't get on the wrong side of a nutter. Why? Well, because they're a fucking nutter. Three lasers, right? Three lasers. So he's not going to burn you just a little bit. What he's going to do is he's going to take your shins off first and have one pointing at your head and stand by just to make sure you don't move. I'm not making him out to be a psycho here, basically. No, he is a nice guy. He's he's a very friendly person. When I first started coming back online from after my teenage years, basically was one of the few first people I met, and he very welcoming. Was very welcoming. He was very chatty, very conversational person. Whether he wanted to speak either voice or through text, he was happy with either. Certainly made it a pleasant experience coming back online, put it that way. It could have gone much worse, knowing how some people can be online. Well, I'll say it wasn't just him, there was a few. So don't let it get to your head too much, basically. I believe with this, that would be the number 5 for the barb gaunts. Which means I can completely forget which number I finished on and not know which number to start on the other side. How clever am I? It'll be more the loony out of tunes for us lot, Alison. Definitely the loony out of tunes. I wouldn't like to hear me and Basie singing together. Certainly not if Buzz is jumping in there as well. Jeez. Even the North Koreans aren't that cruel to people. Would be banned by there'll be a new Geneva Convention written up just to say that us three can't sing together ever. Just in case it gets out into the public, and that's it. Just mass unrest. How dare you play this to us? Bombs going off, people firebombing shops and houses. And it's just not fun. It's not fun. It wouldn't be fun. It'd be chaos and anarchy. And although I like a bit of chaos and anarchy, it can get a bit much, especially when you're the cause of it. See, even Beaky agrees. His singing voice is a weapon of air destruction. My singing voice is just an affront to humanity. So there you go with that one. Right, is the big one gonna be last? Where's 43? Yeah, the big one's gonna be last, so it's gonna be Have a nice night, Steve. Thanks very much for joining me and coming to listen to us waffle on about complete nonsense. And welcome in, Lee. How you doing, man? And nice to see you've got a little bit of time away from your bench. See, the therapy's going well. 5 minutes a day. Just take a breather from the bench. Take a rest. In fairness, yeah, if you're more used to something like that in your hand than a paintbrush or a pencil. And it's damn sight a lot cheaper than a CNC machine. So 21 and 22 make one. So all these are going to be made up in little pairs. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. But if I do it, I do it. And I have somebody to come and show us something about the looks of it. Good evening, Lee. How are you doing? I can't hear you, mate.
I was recording. I was recording, mate. I was recording before with my camera on. I've got a camera. I've got a proper camera arm now.
Ooh. My camera arm's got a bit wonky, so I'm having to use my light to keep my. I'll show you. I'm having to use the light to keep my camera balanced.
Yeah, no, I invested in a new camera arm. I've got money coming in now off my channel. I've rolled out something on my channel. So yeah.
Oh, the last notification I got was.
I rolled out buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee.
Oh, okay.
And the money that I get in from it, I'm putting it back into the hobby.
Well, that's what I would assume the whole point of doing that type of thing would be anyway.
Yeah.
If you're asking people to pay towards the channel, that's where the money would go. It's back towards the channel.
This sits on the bench. What I've got here is an actual brewery of a Metcalf. I can't really move it, so let me move my camera so you can see it.
Let's bring it over. This is going to be in 720, so it's not going to be in 100% quality for everyone.
Hey, it's good. Yeah, that's.
No, I mean we're not going to get the full camera quality, is what I mean.
Oh yeah, you don't anyway. You don't on the free version, but yeah, it's enjoyable. It is enjoyable what we do. I love what you do. I'm actually going to be tomorrow. You know, I've got that labyrinth, the labyrinth models.
Oh yes, the labyrinth models. Yeah.
Yeah, those labyrinth. I'm actually going to have a go at trying to paint them tomorrow.
So you're going to be painting David Bowie.
Yeah.
Have you got the right paints to get his hair right? Because I'm sorry, the Goblin King has to be done right.
Yes, I've got all the paints. I wouldn't have started them if I did, but I've got that to do, and I've got a plastic kit coming to the channel as well.
Ooh, is it Gunpla? Please say it's Gunpla.
No, it's just a starter kit from Airfix.
Ah, okay.
But it's something I want to start with my airbrushing. I'm not giving too much away, but I have got something on the way.
I'm not giving too much.
No, away. All I'm saying is I've got something coming to the channel. I've got something on way to me that is to do with my airbrushing.
Is it a new fancy airbrush?
Not saying. I'm not giving in. It'll be going up on my channel. If anyone wants to see it, it will be when I receive it. It's on the way to me. That's all I'm saying.
I'll put the link up. Calm down. So you got something nice on the way. That sounds good.
Yeah, I have. I'll tell you. I'll message you anyway.
I'll send it in the backstage chat if you want. If you really want to. Either that or I'll wait till the video comes up.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the video. Don't worry. I
can. Yeah. Wait. You can wait till the video. But, Yeah, you're gonna. All I'm gonna say is you'll like it. What's coming to me? What I've got coming.
No, I won't.
Yes,
I'll probably like the product. I just won't like it's going to you and not me.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Let's put me back up on the big
Yeah,
thing for a moment. Everyone's forgetting that.
What are you working on there then?
This is the second set of Neurogaunts, I think these ones are called. Essentially, it's little aliens. They have claws, they have teeth, they will bite, they will, and they're not a huge threat, but they come at you in numbers. So you need to kill them you need to kill them quick enough before they can get to where they need to be and do the stuff.
Yeah.
So it's my second set of them, but they need to be shifted from underneath my desk because I've got a pile of plastic building up underneath there now, and I can't physically get my legs in there. So I need to clear the plastic so I can get my legs back under.
I've got one more. I've got a little bit more to do to my spray booth to get it ready for using different paints. I've got to put a fan in it. I'm actually putting a fan system on the airbrush booth that I built.
Right. I see bases on about there about car spraying. Yeah, it's car spraying is a different scale baser. We're about using these level.
Yeah, no. I'm putting a fan in the actual. No, I'm putting a fan in the actual spray booth for me modelling.
Yeah, I know, but we're on about this. I'm about using this level of airbrush as opposed to the larger, more compressed.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I am on about that level as well.
Oh, the car level of spraying?
No.
Why would you?
No, I'm not. I'm on about using the same one, but the paints I'm going to be using is going to be lacquers.
Ooh.
I'm going to lacquers. That's all I'm saying. That's giving enough information out on it.
If you're lacquering and that means you're putting a layer between, that means you're using oils.
I'm not going to say.
You're thinking you figured it out.
I'll put it in private chat there with me.
No, it's all right. I'll watch the video. Which hopefully I'll be putting some more videos out soon. Even if they're only basic ones like I did the other day. So it'll just be how to shoot a weapon. What does this rule actually do? And small videos like that, I think. Because a lot of the time it's all the rules combined are very confusing. So breaking them down one by one is so much easier. So I might just do a very quick how to friggin' do this game.
Yeah.
Set. As well as some other stuff that as I said, you'd have to join the Discord and ask me about certain other things. The whole point of having a Discord is who you can talk to me about the stuff without having to necessarily wait as long as everything. 26. Where's 26? There it is.
Don't share this link I'm about to put in private, but that's...
I'm not going to... What? I'm going to have forgotten about this.
Don't share it. Well, that's what I've got.
Okay. Even if I shared the page, no one have a clue what the hell it was because it was down for finger maintenance. So, however, I understood the company that it was.
Yeah. So say no more. All right, Beaky. I'm sorry I'm not working on it. I've been on the bench most of the day getting this finished because I want it finished to get pictures up. You know what it's like when you're trying to get a model finished. You want it finished.
Good night, Alison. Thank you for coming to join us. And if I've missed you already, I'm sorry about that. What were you saying then, please? Sorry.
I've just been trying to work and try and get this model finished. That's what I plan trying to do.
I've got that many pieces of work that is a case of I need to try and get this finished. I need to try and get this finished. I need to try and get this finished. I need to try and get this one finished. It's a never-ending process. It's going to take me all year, I think, to finish the projects that I came up with and started last year.
I've got 2 projects on the go. This is coming to an end. My scratch build Wednesday stream is not happening this week. I'm having a day off with it being Valentine's Day. I thought, no.
Oh, you're celebrating home that day.
I'm not even streaming that day. I've got it. I've just spent enough on the hobby myself, so I think it's only right, innit?
7:20. Well, yeah, spend some time with it.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah. I tell you now, though, the camera arms are totally more better for getting down views of doing a lot of building. What I do, as you know, Deacon. Oh, give me my finger. I nearly put the scalpel through my finger.
You dumbass. Get an actual camera arm will yes, it makes it a lot more stable, I would imagine.
The way it does, because you can work like you've got a load of space around you. I've just got one more thing I need to get for the hobby. I want for a tool station for all my tools to be on my bench.
Yeah. Well, are you small tools as opposed to your bigger tools?
Yeah, all the small little ones like my scalpels and all that. All me,
yeah.
And they can be on the bench. I've got. Is that wide enough?
I'll settle for a hobby room right now.
What? Yeah.
Just a hobby room.
I've got it.
You got 6 of the bleeding things.
I haven't got 6. I've got this one that's in this. Have you seen the hobby room tour that's on my channel?
I've been through it once. I can't remember everything that was on it, but the loft big enough for about 3 bloody.
Yeah, ain't it just? Ain't it just?
So it's like you're not running out of hobby space. Not anytime soon, anyway.
No, I'm not running out of hobby space, mate. I'm not running out of hobby space. I've got loads of ideas for content to come to the channel.
I started out before I actually brought all my hobby stuff down out of hobby space. And then I brought my hobby stuff down and moved it all in. So I was already immediately out of hobby space, which is not a great way to start, really.
I've just got the wrong piece. It's the same colour as the roof. I didn't want it that colour. It's been definitely one of those days.
It's been one of those decades, I think.
Oh, it has, hasn't it? Yeah.
Never mind days, yeah, decades. Definitely a decade. Engraving. I don't think I have anything to be engraved. Oh, certainly not anything big enough to be engraved anyway. Not that I would. Yeah, not that I would need engraving, basically.
I can feel a lot. You know when you can feel a blade pulling.
Yeah, so it's got a snag on it somewhere.
Yeah,
a part of it's gone dull.
Yeah, I can feel it where it's going through. It feels like it's cutting, but it's pulling back on itself.
Yeah, so that blade either needs sharpening, cut out the dead zone, or replacing.
No, it needs binning, and it's gone to the metal can where all my blades go.
Yep.
Get a new one.
It's either sharpen. It's either sharpen or replace. That's the options at that point.
I don't think I need to do that. I've got a big pack of them.
So yeah, replace.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a habit of doing a lot of shopping. The hobby shop is okay for some blades, but I can't get the number. What are these? Number 11s. Number 11s are hard to find in my hobby shop.
Well, I don't have any hobby shops local in my town, so I automatically have to go looking online or in city centre where usually you can find.
Yeah.
I'm looking if I've got Fred Aldous in the city centre, and they'll do various different blade types, sizes. What do you want? We're an actual stationers.
Yeah,
We've got 3 floors of the stuff.
Let's see if I can find it. There's a place I use for modelling stuff. CM3 models. It's a special supply of tools and scenery. I don't know if you've ever looked them up.
CN where?
CM3 models. They're
CM3 now.
CM3 models. Go and have a look at their website. They're online. You can order off them online. They've got supplies for your stuff as well, because they're actually for scratch building. They're just all scenics and stuff as well. They've got the Warhammer.
Well, scenics is scenics regardless of scale, really, because you can make
yeah,
both work
it is.
for both.
It is. But I just started. Do you ever use play pit sand?
And I don't, but that's because I've chose a different medium for my basing rather than.
Oh, have you? I know there's a lot of people out there that use it, because I don't know if you know of Mel, the terrain shooter.
Yep.
It's nice to see him back, isn't he?
It is. It is good to see him back. This is pretty much. It was Mel who taught where I got the homemade molds. For rocks from tinfoil and how to do that from. Mel's just absolutely brilliant. But I'm using.
I love Mel. I miss Mel's stream Sunday. Because I come off Mel, I had to do tea, but what I'd done is I'd had tea, then I was up on another stream till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, lovely. But rather than using sand as my basing material, I'm using this stuff, which is a tea leaf mixture.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's coarser than sand, but it's also obviously multicolored. And
the problem you've got with that play pit sand, though, you need to cure it. You need to cure it to kill everything off on it.
Yeah, same as if you was going to use builder sand.
Yes,
you're gonna have to run it through the highest temperature you can in your oven. Stick it in there, give it a stir,
I've got one of those little halogen ovens in my hobby room.
Yeah, just run it through there at the highest temperature for half an hour, 45 minutes
on a tray, and Bob's your uncle. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's the same thing you have to do with cork, but you have to be a lot more careful with cork.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. I've only just recently started doing stuff like that. I'm going to be starting to do my own terrain, making my own scatters. There's ways on making your own scatters and all sorts. Because the hobby, you know yourself, the hobby's not getting cheap. And if you've got kids as well, like you have, it's not a cheap hobby.
Well, that's I don't advise you smoke that stuff, basically, and it doesn't make a nice cup of tea either. Hence why it's being used as basing instead of a cup of tea. And that is exactly why it's being used as basing instead of a cup of tea, because we tried one tea bag out of it and thought, that stuff is disgusting. Not having that again. I need something to base my tyranids with. Pass it here. PVA glue done.
I've tried tea bags as scenery, but the problem you got, even if you cure it,
the thing is already been cured at that point because it's come from a sealed tea bags.
Yeah, but it does go off after so long. If you try using it as soil,
right, you do have to seal it, and at that point it loses some of its these grassiness.
Yeah, I know. That's why I've stopped using it, and I'm using proper mold. I'm going to the garden and curing proper soil. It's easier.
What, just picking the moss from and getting it straight from there?
Yeah.
32. That's 33. Oh, it's 33. I want 33 and 34. What's 34?
Did you watch Mel on Sunday?
No, that was busy Sunday.
Yeah.
The problem is most of the time during the week I'm actually busy. To be quite honest, this is the only time I get to even come online and do this stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it be hobbying or speak to some the people in the chat or some of the people that come up.
But he's
It's not
bringing,
the only time I get.
he's bringing a Thursday stream back as well, isn't he?
I'm gonna have to go check it out properly. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of his new stuff, but
I like Mel. He's been through a lot.
he has. But he seems to have come back out of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does.
Possibly having a staple viewership
Yeah.
that even when he's been away, have been still going back and watching the old stuff.
So if there's anyone out
Good
there,
evening, Hayde.
good evening, Hayes. If there's anyone out there, go and give him a look. He is a good channel.
Especially if you're looking for anything to do with terrain or scale modeling or anything like that.
Even if you're doing what I do, the terrain stuff he does, you can use it for that. Mel knows my channel. I've been into Mel a few times. It's not. I like what he does. Some of the it's the Warhammer, but the terrain works for us as well.
Yeah, the terrain goes over. If you want to try your hand at building a diorama, you're thinking, I just want to build something with trees and a bit of water on it. I don't want any of these models with knives and alien. I don't want any of that. I don't want any trains or buildings. I just want something that looks like a natural diorama.
Yeah.
If you just want to give it a try, perfect place to go.
Yeah.
Because he'll give you so many little tips that'll.
Have you still got your airbrush?
I'm still currently got my brother-in-law's airbrush. If
That's what I mean.
Yes.
He hasn't asked for it back yet.
Oh no, he told me not long ago. He told me about a month and a half ago. He was coming around for it. A month and a half ago, and I've still got it because he's not been around to get it. And I don't intend to carry it up the street.
Yeah. What airbrush cylinder have you got for the
the tank size?
Yeah.
It's a 1 liter tank.
Yes. Is it? Mine's the Timber. Mine's the one off Amazon Timber.
I can't remember the name of it. It works. It works. The compressor and everything works, and that's the main thing.
I can move mine onto the bench. I can grab it.
Right, have I completely messed this up? Yes, I have.
There we go. There's mine.
Yeah, it looks like the switch is on the back.
Switches there.
Right, it's not quite the same one as mine, but it looks.
It's got the tank on it.
Yeah, mine's got the tank on it. That little black box that you've got on the top seems to be different for some reason.
Yeah, that's the Timber. Oh, I only got it at Christmas. I invested in it in just after Christmas.
I've only really been getting once I've finished this mass build. That's when I'm going to be getting the most use out of that airbrush.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not been warm enough to airbrush, has it?
The temperature's been fine as far as I can see. It's just I've got to be. It's got to be dry. I need it to be drier than what it's been.
Yeah.
It's been too moist for it to be.
The temperatures have been okay, but there's a lot of moisture in the air, and that you can't have that with your airbrushing.
Nope. So, hopefully, it's going to dry up over the next couple of days.
I'm open to. I've got about 3. I'm starting a kit tomorrow, plastic kit. I want to get that half built, then get some paint on it. Then I want to do some more on it. Then I want to get some more paint on it, and I just want to get it done. I just want to come off card kits for a bit, and get something else on the bench for a bit.
Well, what are my current plans? This was an impromptu one because I needed to clear the space underneath there so I could sit at the desk comfortably and properly.
Yeah, that's the good thing. You can't sit at a bed if you can't get your feet comfy. I've done the same. I've ended up having to have a rethink with my room under my bench because I suffer with my knees anyway. I've got no cartilages in my knees, but that's down to me. whenever I used to ride bikes and coming off them.
I'm not that far off you, to be quite honest, and that is down to me dropping out of a tree when I was younger.
Yeah, we don't seem to. As we get older, we suffer with it. Then.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you break your big toe on the same side on the same leg, and then don't go to the hospital about that. And then
I went over the bars on a motorbike, fully loaded with cab gear on.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I just smelt the fuel on the bike that was on the floor. My bike was on the floor. Picked it up, and police turned up and said, "Are you all insured?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You want to go through him?" I said, he was on a provisional with no one sitting next to him.
Oh.
Oh, he got the book thrown at him. I loved it.
If you're on a provisional, though.
Yeah. Well, we won't talk about that online because it's not good to talk online about stuff
No.
like
It's silly boy paid for it. That's done.
Oh
Right.
yeah. No, I wouldn't mind having a go at little. I'm toying going to have a look at some Warhammer stuff. I maybe get
Don't.
No, I'll tell you what I'm going to go and get. I want the barrels, the Warhammer barrels, and all that.
Oh, you can make them.
Or
speak to Basic 3D print them.
Yeah, I've got a friend. Yeah, I've got a friend that can do me 3D printed for them.
Yeah, just 3D print them. There's 1,006 different barrel variations out there.
There is.
So if you get some Games Workshop ones, by all means, you're paying through the nose for a barrel.
Oh yeah,
but you'll be paying almost full oil price barrels for plastic ones. So
yeah, well, I'm just starting to look at using oils for doing weathering as well now as well.
Well, oil's supposed to be really good for it, but the thing is, you've got to seal the model first if you're using a
Yeah. I'm involved with a lot of that's where I was on Sunday night. I was in an American stream that I go up on panel with, and this one guy I'm watching, he does some awesome. He's using the MIGs and all that, and the ideas he's doing, he's using pigments and all this. They're just out of this world.
Oh, that's the thing with some of them.
Yeah. It's like, I don't think you've seen myself since. Let me show you this setup I've got now. I've got another computer. I've got my laptop set over there now. And another monitor up there as well.
You see, my missus keeps considering getting a laptop, and then she keeps looking at me and thinking, "No, you're just gonna nick it." It's like, I'm not gonna nick it. I'll leave it alone, honest.
Well, that's my old laptop I used to stream with. That's what I used to stream on, but then I got the tower.
Well, that's why she's thinking, no, potentially, I've got a USB port. Basically, I can plug 4 USBs into a USB multi-port thing. Yeah. It only having so many USBs is not a problem. Plug that in, ka-ching, that's mouse, keyboard.
Yeah.
Camera, microphone.
Don't go there with keyboard. Talking about cordless keyboards, look at the state of that.
I don't like cordless keyboards. I almost lost my escape key the other day as well, though.
Oh, that's dropped on the floor.
Oh, that's not bad.
It dropped on the floor Sunday night off a stream.
Oh, not nice.
I've lost 2 buttons on it. It's got cracks in it. Oh, I'm not bothered because I'll just get another one. It was only a cheap one anyway.
See, you said filament there, basically. Filament, although is okay, don't get me wrong, filament printing works and is fantastic for larger scale things. Yeah. The problem is we both work on small scale.
Yeah.
So we automatically, without even having to think about it, know that we need a resin printer, not an FDM printer, because it can handle the scale.
Yeah, it can handle it, but the detail doesn't come out that good.
No, you lose the detail within the.
Yeah.
It's the medium itself, because it's
Yeah.
basically just heating up and pushing hot plastic through a nozzle.
Yeah.
You can't eliminate the layer lines to the degree
No,
that
you
can
can't.
with resin, because it's a wet cure, wet cure, wet cure process.
Yeah.
It's not completely cured when the next layer goes back on. So when it's cured, they kind of half cured together, and it eliminates that banding that you get with the filament ones. Don't get me wrong, you can get filament ones that go down to like 0.1 microns.
Yeah,
I think it's 0.1 mils, and they go down to low levels of detail, but even at that level, you still get stringing, you're still getting a lot of the same base problems that are just part of the medium itself.
Yeah.
It's like working with hot glue. You can have the best hot glue gun in the world, but it's still got to string off and streak everywhere while you're using it.
I'll show you something that I've had 3D printed. I don't know if this camera's going to show it.
It depends if I put you big enough.
This camera should do, though. This camera is quite good on the detail and stuff.
It's only sending it through at 720. Remember that.
Yeah, no, it should pick it up. I'm going to show you something now.
And then I'll grab something I've had resin printed.
Those books, they're little,
shit! I'm. His hands fell off. Oh well.
They're 3D printed off a friend of mine.
Resin or filament?
They're filament.
Right.
They're just little pre-armoured for putting bushes on. From that's what you can use for the flock on them.
Yeah.
Stick flock balls on them. I've got to actually do a review on them. I've had them sent last year. Well, I got given them on when I went to a train show at Christmas. I haven't done the review on them yet, and I need to. The guy has got a channel. I need to do it. I keep saying to myself, "Oh, I'll get it done. I'll get it done." I've airbrushed them, but now I need to finish them off. I think
see, there's if I was to get this model done on an FDM, I would not be able to get that smooth.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to get that effects and that smooth of a color on it. I wouldn't be able to get that level of detailing with the bones, and it's not picking it up at the moment with the skull, but I wouldn't be able to get a level of detail out of the skull either. I've got a filament printed transport, and it works fine for transporters, and as I said, for larger models it's fine for. It's like that one, that bit of it. There's no way I would have got the pages and the arcane magic that's coming off his hand, essentially, because it's that small. You can't get it with the FDMs. I wish you could, because I like the idea of the FDMs, because they're so much cheaper, so much easier to run, no fumes. They're bloody awesome. But they just miss out on that detail section, and it sucks so badly because of it. Right. 41, 42, 43, 44, and then that is this sprue done completely. Hour and 20 minutes, including chatting away. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
For what? 16 models.
Hey, it's content's gone out on your channel.
It's not content. That's why I'm a weird YouTuber. Everyone's going, his content going out on your channel. Yeah, his content going out on my channel, but his model's made.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is.
It's physically models made, so.
Yeah.
And then I can paint them, and once they're painted, I can go, yeah, look, I've done it. I've got some more done, and then hopefully this is going to help flush out some of the Space Marine overload that I've been having.
Yeah,
because that's not been nice. So sort that out. So fingers crossed, this will sort that Space Marine overload I've been having out. And then I can go back to my Space Marines and I can start rebuilding the chapter again.
Bear with me a minute, I'm just getting shouted.
Not a problem. Now, was that supposed to go on first or second? I don't know. I'm going to say first because I think the other two bits kind of clip over it. I hope. Oh. So last one of this one. And then these are done. And then we're at what, 10 to 11. That's one sprue. That's only one sprue. Down there's ridiculous. Oh, it's not. It could be worse. It could be worse. Now that I've moved that sprue, I can condense everything down into one box at least. Which means I may be able to stack it sideways and slide it in alongside stuff. Where's my comment section? Oh, no, I've clicked on something and not. Ah, there's my comment section. So I shall decide once I've done this one what I shall do afterwards. That'll mainly be determined by whether or not I actually think I've got this put together right. That slid in there quite well. If you've got a head on you, you have got a head on you, and you've got what looks to be a nubbly bit that's supposed to pop out in there, right? Is it supposed to pop out? Aha.
Haha.
Haha. You're back.
I'm back. I just had to go and let the dog out because my other half was on leave. Phone, so I got shouted. I don't mind.
Well, at least we know we can go phone those guys who made that song and we can give them an answer at last.
Yeah.
They've always been asking who let the dogs out. We could finally go. It was you.
Yeah.
You let the dogs out.
Yeah.
Right.
Why
So
is
now
that?
I'm down to.
But I know why that's. I've typed it on the wrong keyboard. I should have typed it on the other computer. I've got two keyboards next to each other.
See, this is where you overcomplicate stuff with too much.
I think Buzzard is in the back room.
He is. He intends to stay there until a little bit after.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
It's just yeah.
Yeah, he's not coming through just yet. Now, I've got a death full of plastic for a start. Do I put the Carnifex body together and see what the head fits like?
I would. What have you got to lose? Hold the head on first. Don't glue it. Will it work, though?
That's essentially my point. If the head works, then thereafter will the other sections work?
Yeah, that's what you've got to say. If the head works first, it's like we know what we're doing. We know we've got to try it. If we don't try it, it doesn't work. You go back to the drawing board.
But I don't want to lose the Carnifex, because if I lose the Carnifex, it'll drop me below 2,000 points, and I haven't got the army then.
Yes, that's the only problem.
That's the problem I've got with this one. I can afford to lose the Carnifex as long as I get the Hive Tyrant at the end.
Yes. Yeah.
But what I can't afford to is lose the Carnifex and not have the Hive Tyrant at the end.
Yes. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's Warhammer. Yeah, you've got.
Yeah, I've got points and things to add up and put together. So in this case, because I am literally so close to that points balance course,
yeah,
it's not working. It's riskier than it would normally be had I had an extra set of these. So if I had this sprue again, it'd be like, yeah, no problem. I'm trying it. If it doesn't work, I'm using some other bits off that sprue and trying it with that instead. I would have plenty of extras, but in this case, I'm not so fortunate. I mean, just to get this extra set cost me money. It's not like it was a gift or a donation or anything. Yeah, to get this sprue costs money. So I can't really afford to naff it up. 3 things I'm going to be more liberal with. So if anyone out there's got a copy of Leviathan and he's going, no, just build it, I'll send you my copy for free, that's fine.
Yeah. Where's the other one of them? It's around the back.
But the chances of that happening because of the price of a cost of Leviathan is slim to none, because it has to be somebody who's already got a copy, and B, you have to be watching my channel, and I've got Beaky and I believe Basie watching, and I don't think either one of you have got a copy of Leviathan.
Yeah.
No, that should be the nice big long bit that. How do you clip in? Oh, you were supposed to go in first. Oh, my bad. You were supposed to go in before I pushed them two together, not after. I thought you were supposed to go in after. See, you say hold off then, but I really want the Hive Tyrant and not the Screamer Killer Khan effect. Screamer Killer's okay, but the Hive Tyrant's a HQ for a start, and a pretty iconic HQ for the Tyranid army, pretty much we expect to have one in.
Yeah.
Anything, and I want a Hive Tyrant, damn it. is what it basically boils down to. And I've never been one to shy away from a little bit of customization should it be needed. And should I have a genuine, like, ooh, I think I could. Yeah, go on, let's try that. If I didn't think I had a genuine shot of doing it, I wouldn't even contemplate it. So don't worry too much.
I am here, but I'm on the other computer just doing something on the other computer.
So you're actually supposed to go in there. Yes, you're supposed to go in there first.
It's fitting together. It looks like it's going.
No, this is the actual push bit part. This is okay. This is supposed to be the bit that goes together.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is the bit. This should all go nice and smoothly as it should do, because this is the actual torso. That's the right.
Yeah.
What I need to check is with this hole that I'm going to have in a minute, and what I'm going to have to do to get that head to fit, as opposed to its other head, which is on there. And I'm not. You saw how I rolled. Look, go back, watch that video. Have a look at how I rolled when it came to Tyranids. I'm not rolling stuff for Tyranids.
Yeah, I did see those videos. I did see them.
The Tyranids got massacred. They got
Yeah.
absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, they did. I watched them. What was it? What was it doing? I don't know if it was at the electronic bench. I may have been doing some electronics, and I was watching them because I'd finished what I was doing, and I thought your video come up, and I thought, oh, I'll have a nose at it.
See, it kind of. I've got a lot to fill in there, though. What fills in that section? What fills in that section? It looks like that bit goes into it. So we'll see how that. No, that's no. See, this is why I don't let things like this on Decide on Dice. Plus, Beaky. If I'm gonna, I wouldn't naturally go to a D6 if I was gonna if I was gonna roll. I wouldn't naturally go to a D6. If I was gonna go, fuck it, let's roll for this motherfucker. I would automatically go to grab a D20. Right. I've got a feeling I should have brought the instructions up for this. It might have made it a little bit easier for me. In fact, there's no might about it. It would have made it a damn sight lot easier for me.
Yeah.
So where's the rest of his head bit? That's yet to go on. Right, it's got something that's going to go in there. And it's got to be on this sprue by process of this is its sprue. And if it wasn't that bit, because this is the Screamer Killer. Unless it is that bit and I'm just aha, it is that bit, it just goes in like that. Okay. So now it's got that on it. Rather than putting its no, see now that looks silly. How's it go? Oh, fucking dropped it like a moron into a load of grey plastic because I'm an idiot. See that? No. That'll look silly because its head's way too far down. It's like looking at his own feet. What I'd have to do is cut enough back for it to be able to sit in. Well, I've got a spare one of these, so I'm not too bothered about hacking this up.
What, the head?
Yeah, I've got a spare one of them.
Yeah, that's what I was on about.
Yeah, I'm not too bothered about the head. It's the torso and the arms and stuff that I've got to worry about.
They look decent. Sprue cutters, some ones.
They are. They're not bad. They're cheap, but they're not bad, which is why.
Yeah, I've got ones of these ones. I've got the blue spot ones. They're the blue spot ones. They are good. I've got another set that are on the other bench that are a cheap version, and I've actually broke one of the points on them.
How have you managed to break one of the points?
It's what I cut with them. I've turned them, but I've got the other tool now that I use for a lot of my cutting stuff. I've got a cordless Dremel. It's a cheaper version of the Dremel.
Yeah, I've got one of them. They're very useful and very handy.
That's my one.
Right, no, mine's a bit chunkier than that, but
yeah, mine's cordless. Mine's called a Jackknife.
I don't mind cordless. Mine's just the Aldi special though.
Yeah, it doesn't. At the moment, there's a lot of good tools that are in Aldi.
Yep. I've got my drill, my screwdrivers, my electric screwdrivers, my Dremel. Quite a few things from Aldi.
There's a lot of people out there that are doing reviews on the Aldi stuff, and they're getting the views on it as well.
Well, mine's the old range of Aldi stuff before they sold it off, so I don't know how well that would do because you can't get mine anymore.
Yeah, well, there's new stuff out there, and it seems to do well. There's a lot of stuff.
Now, why aren't you going back on anymore? There we go.
Because you've done something.
Well, yeah, but so I think I could get his head to work. But I would need a more clean way of cutting in that gap. Where's his chest piece that goes over that bit? See if that helps. See, the good thing about these snips is they do literally just glide through the plastic.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be on there. Does that help him?
I'm happy with that. Now that's finished. I've got nothing to do to that now. Yes, I can get the pictures on it. What I wanted. I should have finished it yesterday, but I was waiting. Problem you got with card kits is they take longer to dry.
It's going to be more off the back, I believe, than more off the front, which is not the way I thought it was going to go, but hey.
Hey ho.
Yeah. I know I can try and.
Where will I find pictures for the way to paint those labyrinth?
Labyrinth? What, reference pictures?
Yeah.
If you want reference pictures, just look for the film.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, I need to do that.
That'll be probably the best place for reference pictures.
Yeah, that's what I've got. All the colours. I think I've got a load of colours. What I'll do is I'm going to go and have a look at the reference pictures. I need to do it. It's on me notice board to get them done. I need to just go look at the reference pictures. If I haven't got enough colours for it, I'll have to go out next week and get some more colours.
Well, there'll be a lot of neutrals, a lot of earth tones in there.
Yeah, I've thought that with it.
Because it is quite a gloomy. Right, I think it will work. Just I'm not going to be able to get that done tonight. I'm going to have to work at it, and I'm going to need some milliput or pussy or something to go at that.
Yeah, you're going to need milliput. When you're trying to do something like what you do and it's plastic, you've got to mount, you've got to mold it.
Yeah, so I think it will work. I'm just going to have to sort it out a bit with a couple of pieces. From there is what I do with the claws. I'll think about that again.
Yeah.
Which means I've still got this sprue that I'm not going to be able to get rid of.
Ooh.
Oh well.
Oh
well.
There's always next time.
There is. I was hoping to get rid of that sprue though.
You've done well what you've done.
Well, that gives me, if it's dry enough tomorrow, I've got 36 models, 37 models, because
you can base them up, can't you?
Yeah, I can spray them and get them ready, and then I can continue my hunt for a purple paint because I'm still not happy with how. Oh, that's better than I thought it was. I'm not completely happy with how some of these turned out. So,
what purple is that you've gone for? Is it Citadel?
No, it's Army Painter's Speed Paint. It was Hive Dweller.
Have you Army Paint? Have you tried? Are you a fan of Vallejo?
Oh, I'm a huge fan of Vallejo.
Is there any? Have you looked in the Vallejo colours?
Not recently, no. Apart from going online, I've struggled to get Vallejo paints. I have, for the first time, moved away from Vallejo Ivory. I mean, the first time in decades.
Yeah.
Moved away from Vallejo Ivory and tried the Duncan Rhodes toothing coats. And immediately, I prefer my favourite, which is the Vallejo Ivory. Immediately, I want to go back to it.
The only one I use in Vallejo is I've got Candy Red. That's all I use in the Vallejo.
Well, for Vallejo, model color leather brown, model color German camo medium brown,
Yeah.
Gunship green.
Yeah.
I have a few Vallejo. I like Vallejo paints. I like the way the pigment flows. I like the way they mix. Even without a ball in them for the older ones, they still mix quite well after giving them a bit of a shake.
Yeah.
And they last so long.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. You're gonna go when you're gonna see these mixing bottles for mixing your airbrush paints. These are nice little bottles, but they were out of stock on Amazon.
Or the dropper bottles.
Oh yeah, look at
Those
these.
type of basically any bottles like that.
Oh, look at them ones.
Yeah. But slightly, those are slightly bigger, but
yeah,
empty ones of these will do fine. So I've got the two ivories that I've now got empty. I've washed them out and I use them for.
Yeah, I've just
pre-mixing.
I got 50 of these from Amazon, but I wanted the metal balls. They were out of stock. I weren't happy.
Good evening, Dan. How you doing, man? Well, I was lucky enough that Ali, who was in earlier, got me the white primer, the satin varnish.
Yeah.
And
I've seen that.
I think I've got the.
I've seen the unboxing of that. I remember you doing it.
And I've got the black one as well. So I'm not doing too bad, and all of them go straight through the. And that's Vallejo as well.
Yeah, it goes straight through the brush.
And all of them go straight through the airbrush without a problem.
As long as you keep on top of cleaning the airbrush.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, the varnish, I do run through a separate airbrush, not the standard one.
In your paint, have you ever? I do it with mine. We get it off the shelf. I'm just going to go over to the shelf for a minute. I got told it off a good friend, Hobby Barn, Terry.
Okay.
Try a drop of. Let me see if it's going to pick it up. That in your paint.
Glycerin. Glycerol.
Yeah, it stops you getting dry tip on your airbrush.
Ooh. Would dry retardant do the same?
I don't know. I got told about that. I didn't. I don't know. I got told about that stuff, the glycerine, of an American friend of mine. He told me about it, and he says it stops you getting dry tip. All you do is a little drop in it,
a tiny little drop
into your paint, and it stops your airbrush. Your tip of your airbrush drying out.
Right. In case people in the chat are wondering what we're talking about. Right. See, this is an airbrush. Okay. And let's take this bit off because it does come off.
Don't drop it when you take that off.
No, hell no, I don't want to bend the tip. Okay. And what will happen is, now I've got to get this bit off as well.
Yeah.
You'll end up with the pin comes through there, and on the end of that, you'll end up getting a lot of dry paint, which will affect how the paint comes out. As well as, you can even see I've not quite cleared it properly. There's a tiny bit of black paint on the inside of that, but as well as on the inside of that cup as well, which will also affect how the paint affects when it comes out. The idea is to keep them wet, the paint in there wet and moving and flowing. Yeah. But if it dries up while you're using it, then you end up with a big backlog and it sputters and sprays. And
that's why you look after your airbrush. If you look after your airbrush, it looks after you.
Yeah.
But you want to try that. If you've got, it's only cheap. You can get it from your chemist.
I don't know. My chemist doesn't like me.
Have I seen it in any of the shops?
My chemist really don't like me.
I bought that bottle a while, and you can see how much is left in it. I've had it for some time, that bottle.
Well, to be quite honest, most of the time I'm okay. If I want something to flow improve my standard paint, I'm using contrast medium.
Yes, use contrast medium, yeah.
So I've been using that.
Yeah, I don't even use needle juice. Everyone's saying to me, when you take your airbrush apart to put back on the needle, use needle juice. I've
What's
never
needle
used.
juice?
It's for you know the needle.
Well, I figured it was for the needle, but what
It's
do you mean by?
called. It's meant to be when you strip your airbrush down. You're meant to use it for put on your needle. It's called needle juice.
Oh,
But
I
I've never.
use I
I
use
use loads.
99% alcohol.
Yeah, 99% alcohol. Or another thing I sometimes if I'm in between changing paints, I'll put on a cloth. I'll put flow aid on a little cloth and just run that over the needle.
Yeah, that'll do.
That works brilliant, especially the one from Hobbycraft. Not Hobbycraft. The range. Have you?
Range. I've not
Yeah.
got a range. I've got the works, and
Oh, the useless all the works.
oh my god, they're going. But we do the works, so you don't do the works. If you did the so-called the works, which is supposed to mean we do everything, then
No.
every time I come in, you wouldn't turn around to me and say, "No, we haven't got it."
Yeah. Well, look at what they stopped doing. They stopped doing that tacky glue.
Yeah, they stopped doing. They had Mod Podging for a very short period of time. It sold out, and they never got it back in.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
They've never. I went in today and asked for something really, really simple. Now, I know there's only 2 people in the chat, but can you go into your arts and crafts store and ask them for a purple acrylic paint? Can you ask them for that?
Yeah.
Because I got told no, they don't sell it. How can an arts and crafts shop not sell purple acrylic paint?
Yeah. Yeah. It makes you laugh, doesn't it?
I mean, the staff in there are absolutely wonderful because they see me
Yeah.
coming in and they know full well that I'm going to ask for something that they've probably not got, but they humour me every time and they let me ask and they go through. But yeah, come on, people. If you've got to run the works artsy crafty shop, at least make sure it lives up to its bleeding name.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's daft. Right, that goes alongside that. What are you stood on? You're actually no, you just.
Oh, I
stood
thought
on
you
it,
were talking to me. I'm sitting down.
No, it's this guy. He's stood on something else.
I couldn't resist that.
I wasn't looking. I'm making fun of the person who's not paying attention.
You know I'm only joking with you, mate.
I know. Right, where's his leg gone? He's legless, this one. He's absolutely legless.
What was you drinking last night, was he?
Apparently so. That's why probably why he's got no face and no head and everything.
I thought Joey would have come in.
I don't. He may be busy. Don't forget, a lot of those from America at this time are still in work or picking kids up or family time or having meal times or
not just that as well. They're probably down the sorrows from the Super Bowl.
And there's also that as well because when the Super Bowl was yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, and it wasn't a good success for him, was it?
Was it not? What were the Browns in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, right. Okay. And they lost.
I believe it was. I can't think who won it. I did see this when I was watching the telly before.
Daniel, if you're still in chat, can you tell us the score and who won, please?
I can't remember it offhand, but it wasn't good.
Before Joey comes in and we put our feet directly into it by accident, whereas we want to put our feet 2-footed straight into it to get a splash on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm going to put my foot in it, at least I'll make sure I know I'm doing it rather than doing it by accident.
Yeah, exactly. we know what will happen if Joey comes in.
Well, I don't know actually because he might be all right about it because he lost, but he got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Only 2 teams every year get to go to the Super Bowl. His was one of them.
Yeah, that was clever. I don't like how that's glued.
Right, so let's get the rest of this card effects together to the degree where it's like, right, okay, let's just look at his head and his two of his arms. Because I can't have him on all four claws either. How nice is that? So not only can I not have him as all, I've got to have him as a different head. His claws have to be different ones as well because he has different weapon layout. 49ers, 22, 25 to Chiefs. Oh, so Cleveland Browns weren't even in it. And he wanted the 49ers to win and the Chiefs won. Right, okay. There we go.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Chiefs got it.
Is that an unbelievable thing? I don't know.
It is.
I just know that if I ever see Arkansas Razorbacks anywhere near anything like that, I know hell has frozen over.
Yes. Yeah.
And run for the bleeding hills.
Yeah.
Oh, nearly dropped. Did you? I think he claw then. Right, so this got in most of Mr. Hive Tyrant-y kind of effectsy thing put together. And then I believe I'm going to call it a night from there because I'm going to have to get some pussy. Go on, say again.
I'm getting that way as well because I'm trying to glue a little P. Let me camera. I've got to try and get that over there, and I've got to hold it. I've got to hold it until it sets a bit.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's why I started with the easy build models rather than the ones that needed gluing. Yeah, I'll put them off for now. I'll put them off till I've finished painting the other goblins.
Yeah.
Because they're going to follow the same colour scheme, so I need to try and...
chance, though, go back and watch. If you get a chance, go and have a look at this Mel's stream from Sunday. It was quite an interesting stream.
Well, was it his first one back?
No, it was his second.
Right, okay.
Second one back. His first one, he done one on his mobile because he's been he's had computer issues, hasn't he?
I've not been fully up because I've had stuff going on for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
The things that come with life.
Yeah, they do. They come with life. Life gets in the way for you.
Well, it's not like it gets in the way. It's just that you've got stuff that life that you have to do rather than
that's right.
Hobbying is a hobby. You use it as a way to distract you from life. Life gets complicated sometimes. What the fuck? That looks like a weird. That's just odd. I don't even know where that's supposed to. Oh, now I figured out where that's supposed to go. Never mind. Okay. So just for a quick rundown for those people who have stayed and watched, we have the torso and upper part built for what I'm hoping is going to be a Hive Tyrant with this head.
Nice
if not, it's going to be a Screamer Killer kind of effects with that face again. Second one. So fingers crossed. If not, so then we've still got a Neuro Tyrant with his little whatever those things are. I don't know what they are. They just come with it. And I believe a Tyranid Prime somewhere. And then that should be the Tyranids built up because we've done the Psychophage and the Termagants already, which is down here and over here. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh no, we've still got 3 Von Ryan's Leapers to do. Now, to make them easier, I've actually color coded the bits. I've actually painted the bits that go together.
That's not bad.
Because this is going to be the 3rd set of these done. I've got no I can't remember what I've done with the instructions.
Oh.
So yeah. It's not too bad. The brown ones go together, the green ones go together, and the red ones go together. It's got to be simple. There's only 3 of them.
Yeah, so yeah, it's colour marked, isn't it? So,
yeah, now it is. Now that I sat there and I went ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's colour marked. I probably should have done it with this because this one's all over the bloody place. This one's got 2 models on it and it's scattered all over with multiple pieces. I'm going to have to go find instructions for that one.
Oh yeah, it does happen.
The goblins, I'm going to have to glue. And I don't fancy gluing on this desk at the moment.
No.
It's getting a little bit messy
Yeah.
and overflowing. So
Yeah.
now I can prime.
You need to clear what's on the desk first before putting any other projects on there.
Yep. So at least I can now prime these hopefully tomorrow. If it doesn't rain and it's nice and dry. If not, then I'll.
Temperatures not the year is not as bad as what it's been. Temperatures are coming up. We can try and see if we can airbrush though now, I think.
Oh, let's see.
Now I'm getting wrong by the other half.
No, it's tomorrow. Mostly cloudy, but it should be dry. So I might be able to get the prime
That's what you
tomorrow.
want.
It's going to be awesome.
That's what you want. I'm going to jump off anyway.
No worries, Lee. Thank you very much for joining me.
It's no problem. I got a little bit done. I did show you. All I've got left to do.
1, 2, 3 blocks. Awesome.
Oh yeah, I love them. I've just got that window that's there. You can see has got to go down there. That's all I've got left to do, and this build is done. Speak of the devil, she's ringing me again.
Right, you're definitely wanted them, mate. I'll let you get going.
Yeah, I will. I've been in the Robbie room most of the day. Thank you for letting me come up for a bit, mate. And
I'll let you.
I'll speak to you when you're next on or around. You take it easy, and all the ones that are watching it, if you're not subscribed to anyone, but he's not bothered on subscriptions, he knows what I'm like. But yeah,
I know. So you do the spiel for me. Go on, you do it. It's not as bad if you do it for me. Hit the like, subscribe, all that. Yeah.
Hit the like and the subscribe. It just helps with the analytics for is getting his stuff out there.
Go on, look off. Your missus is going to call you again.
Oh, no problem. See you later.
I don't want to get in trouble with Jackie. Go on.
I'm going to, mate. I'm ready to get off myself. Take it easy, mate. Thanks for having me.
Have a good night, Lee.
I will do.
And actually, on that point, I will say for everybody, I'm going to end this stream now as well. I've got plenty to be priming, plenty to be cutting up, trying to glue, trying to fit, and trying to work towards next week's stream, which might be Tyranids, might be Goblins. We'll have to find out, really, because I don't know myself. It's going to be fun. But, yeah, nice little bit of work done tonight. That'll do me goodly. You all have a very nice evening and drive safe. Don't overfill yourself, Daniel. Don't overeat. And, well, yeah, enjoy yourselves. Have fun and be good. Hope you're all well. Bye.